This is Rogers TV.
Welcome to Grey County Life. I'm JC Coutts.
I'm Sarah Carmichael. A busy show today. Joining us will be Viveca from the Owen Sound River District to talk about an event happening this weekend. Also Jen Wright from the City of Owen Sound talking about some summer events. And Renee from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter will be in with an adoptable animal.
It's going to be a great show. Excited about it. Excited about the nicer weather we've been having too. So I haven't yet gotten into the lake. I've been thinking about it on some of the warmer days we've had recently. We've certainly walked down to the beach with the dogs a few times, but jumping in, having that braveness, it hasn't happened yet.
I have no interest in swimming.
No?
No.
You don't jump off the boat when you're out in the summer on a 40? No. Oh.
The dog does.
The dog does, yeah, of course.
The dog jumps off the boat, but I don't. I stay firmly seated in the boat where it's safe.
Well,
I have like a weird thing. Like it's like an actual fear of like open water.
Yeah,
I'm afraid like the Loch Ness monster is going to come up and get me. Like if I'm just out there like treading water, like I feel like a sitting duck and something's going to get me. So a pool is fine. I have no problem with a pool, but being out in that openness terrifies me.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be jumping off the boat because the second something, I'm not even afraid of something like biting me or anything. I'm just afraid of something that you can't see brushes against your leg.
Oh, I know.
And then it's like, I'm done. I'm out of there. The only reason I love Lake Huron along the shoreline is because the water's so clear that I can walk out and see my feet and I know nothing's underneath it. Right. And I'm good with that. I wouldn't go into the ocean. I wouldn't go anywhere else because things will eat you there.
Oh yeah, the ocean's a no-go for me. There's sharks in there.
That's right.
That's their home. Why am I in it? Like, it doesn't make sense.
You ever been eaten by a land shark? No, because they're not on land. You stay in your place, I'll stay in mine. It's a good agreement to have.
Isn't that a brand of beer? Land Shark?
It is actually a pretty good brand of beer if you need something this summer. I recommend it after a round of golf.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But what have you been up to? I mean, other than walking to the beach?
Other than that, let's see. We went on a date night a couple weeks ago, actually, which I know you know about.
Because I was there.
You were there too.
I was on your date night.
Not planned. It was just kind of one of those accidental things where we went to see Sexy Laundry. Of course, we had Tom and Sam on from the cast, which they were the cast of the show. So we were doing the dinner and a theater performance thing, and we looked through and we looked at the restaurants in Owen Sound, and we were debating where do we go. And my wife right now is kind of on a clean eating thing, and one of those things is she's looking for gluten-free options because she's a little bit gluten intolerant. And believe it or not, Eastside Mario's has a great options and gluten-free pasta and all of it, and she had a lot of options, and we went there and they take us in. It's a busy Friday night, and I'm like, well, I might see someone I know, maybe I won't, who knows. We're on the bar side, and we're sitting right next to you. You're already there with your group of girlfriends for girls' night out.
Yeah, I was there with my friend Emily, Kathleen, Dina, and Tammy, and you literally this far away from me.
Yeah.
Sitting in the next booth, and it was just so funny. I was like, what are the odds of that? This whole giant restaurant, and they park you and your wife beside me. I mean, I wasn't mad about it or anything, but it's just like, what are the odds, right? But yeah, we were out for a girls' night. We had decided earlier in the week to go out, and then we didn't really know where we were going. There was talk about sushi, and I mean, I like sushi, but I'm not like in love with sushi, you know, especially because the place we go, it's an all you can eat, so you pay a standard amount, and I just never feel like I get my money's worth in that particular instance because I just don't eat that much of it. So we decided to go to East Sides, and I'm okay with that because I can fill up on bread and pasta and salad and all that deliciousness, and it was a good night. So tell me about Sexy Laundry though. I'm dying to know.
Oh, it's first of all, we were laughing almost the entire performance. The entire theater was laughing. It was a great crowd on what was the final night of the performance. And during the intermission, without a word of a lie, at one point I turned to my wife and I said, based on some of the dialogue here, it sounds like they put a recording device in our house because they're having very scarily similar arguments and just the general husband and wifeness of life. They sound almost like us.
Right.
And it was great to kind of see that, and it's super relatable, I think, for any couple. And even though the couple that was portrayed in the play they would have been probably about 10 years older than where we are currently at in life. But yeah, it just kind of is like, wow, I feel seen, and this is, I'm good to know it's not just us.
I was about to say.
More couples are like this too.
Yeah.
We're not crazy.
We're not alone having conversations and pretty much arguments about how the towels are folded. Right.
Sometimes it's the weirdest thing, and sometimes it's the like the duties and how you split them up at home, and it's just it's the you do the daily grind, the daily dance with your partner. So
yeah. In our house, I just do everything, so it saves arguments.
It saves time.
There's no argument. I just do it.
It's just all done.
Yeah, it's just taken care of.
Yeah. Well, at least we know what our jobs are that some will do and the other won't. So like the litter boxes, that's my neck of the woods. I got to do that. Yeah.
We actually had this conversation recently because I told Ryan that if I were to ever leave him, he would now have to do the cat litter box because I'm not taking the cat with me. The cat we just have. Like it wasn't my idea to get this cat. And it's just sort of there. And so I basically said, if I were to leave, this cat is staying. So you will need to know how to change the litter boxes, like the box. And he was like, oh, I'll learn when I need to. I was like, okay.
I wonder if there's like any subtle way of just like letting him know the amount of work that you're doing. So like if you get like one of those
talking about it on television, perhaps.
Talking about it, this is one way. I don't know if he'll see it, but maybe you get like one of those fridge chore charts, and it's like you assign every person that lives in the house has a name, and you put like the little dot on what they've done, and if like it's just Sarah dot all the way down, and then it's Ryan no dots, he might go, maybe that's unbalanced.
I mean,
maybe I should.
It involves the garage.
He's got you.
Right?
Lawn and driveway maintenance.
Yeah. Speaking of lawn, has your lawn gone crazy?
Yeah, it really has.
We've already mowed twice, and we could mow again. I don't know what's going on with the grass and how it's growing right now, but it's kind of going a little bit nuts.
I think I'm going to say the assist from our dogs. Oh. I think that might be the hidden factor.
It's the whole neighborhood, though.
Yeah, it is. It's a crazy growing year. I guess good for the gardeners, hopefully. But busy show. We've got Viveca's coming up from the River District. We're going to learn more about what's happening there this year. They've got a busy summer. The entire city of Owen Sound is going to be busy this summer, which is why Jen Wright will be here. And we'll chat with Renee, another animal coming from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter. Stay tuned. It's a busy one on Great County Life.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
This is a perfectly healthy child. What's unhealthy are birth alerts, a racist practice that may stop this Indigenous mother from going home with her newborn. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. Joining us in studio is Viveca Gravel to talk about what's going on in the River District. Hi, Viveca.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. It's
Good.
beautiful, sunshiny. I am in my happy place. But it's almost June, so also that's terrifying, and I'm very busy.
Right.
Mixed
You're
emotions.
trying to enjoy the warm weather, but also trying to not lose your mind because you've
That's
got
right.
so much stuff going on.
Oh my gosh, it's like endless, but
Right?
it's so much fun as well, and brings so much joy to myself to be, part of these events and interactions and that kind of stuff. That's
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm busy and stressed out, but it's a good busy and stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't get it.
You do have a pretty fun job. You
a
get
great
to, help the River District businesses, and you get to plan events that are
Yes.
happening throughout the summer months. And this coming Saturday, we actually have the Safety Festival?
The Wheel and Ride
Wheel and
Safety
Ride.
Festival.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that has really just kind of blown up. It's been a lot of fun. Initially, I worked with Owen Sound Police Services, and I was like, I have really great memories from when I was a kid about Constable Hay. You'll only know who that is if you are over a certain age.
I know Constable Hay.
Right?
Yeah.
About bike rodeos and stuff. And I was like, cool, let's have a bike rodeo. Really great way to bring families into the River District, get comfortable with the space, and then, learn a few things about the rules of the road because it can be really dangerous out there. And so that kind of just came to fruition. And then all of a sudden we're talking to Kiwanis to run the barbecue portion of it. And then the Optimists are part of it now, and they're starting this bike giveaway, and the Kiwanis work with them for storage and helmets and safety gear and all that kind of stuff. And then Scenic Cycle tinkers on all the bikes to refurbish them to give them to the kids who might otherwise not have a bike. So it's kind of turned into this really magical, heartwarming event.
Yeah, I remember them doing bike rodeos at our schools when we were growing up.
Yeah, I lived on a cul-de-sac, so they were always kind of at the end there.
Yeah.
And they'd always check your helmet and stuff. And I mean, we still do all of those things, but we also have things like a tattoo parlor because
Right.
bikers get tattoos.
Obviously.
I don't know. Anyways. And then we have the fundraising barbecue with the Kiwanis, and those funds help to go to funding the program. Brandon from Scenic Cycle has been working endlessly on taking all of these bikes that have been generously donated. We were at the Farmers Market in April doing our final collection prior to the event. Something like 12 bikes. Just from people walking by and being like, oh, I have a bike at home. And they would go and they'd get them and they'd bring them back. I was like, I love this community.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow.
So bad things happen, then something like that happens, and you're like, this is why I live here.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. So what is the day going to look like? So this is happening this Saturday. What time does it start?
So it starts at 10 a.m.
Okay.
There's kind of two streams of access to the donated bikes. One, there have been some vouchers given out at specific community groups and stuff like that. And then we do have a reserve of them to give out on the day. We do ask that if you're coming for a bike, you do need a bike or not have the means to get a bike yourself. But that's not all.
Yeah.
So there's the bike exchange and that whole thing. We talk about safety of locking your bike up. We've created these little chits to go with it where you put the serial number of the bike on it. You take a picture with the serial number on the bike. And so should it ever go missing or get stolen, you can just provide that to the police. And it's so much easier than being like, well, I think my bike is red and black and it has two wheels, that kind of stuff. So it makes it easier to maybe get it back at the end of the day. But in addition to that, the fundraising barbecue, I think we're going to have Bandit Fest come and play a few songs. They're kind of working up for a really big summer. It's a group of kids who, they're all 16, so they're basically adults. And they're all taller than I am. They're going to come. They're having a really busy summer with all of their performances and stuff like that. Fire truck will be there.
Always popular.
Always popular. And so it's a safety festival, so we'll also have EMS. You'll be able to kind of check out an ambulance. Fire will be there, check your fire alarms, that kind of stuff. New this year is you're going to be able to have a police chase. So kind of Grand Theft Auto without a lot of the violence. You've played it. I know you've played it. I can tell from...
Played it last night.
Really?
What are they on, 75 versions of that game? Anyway, so they've got these 2 little carts, and you and a friend, one will push, one will sit in as the police officer, and then there'll be the other car that'll be like the chased car, and you can go around an obstacle course, kind of doing this whole police chase kind of business. And there's a booklet of tickets and stuff, and those will be given away. So it's just a lot of fun. What else are we doing?
Well, the tattoos.
The tattoos, yes. Face painting, tattoo parlor, and Owen Sound tourism ambassadors will be on site as well. I'm going to con them into doing the face painting. They don't know that yet. And then they're also going to have the tourism bikes available. Right. So tourism has 3 bikes and one little like kid trailer that you can like attach to the bike that you can rent for the day, the weekend, those kinds of things. You just kind of have to sign them out with some ID and all that kind of stuff with tourism, who's now at the Tom. Mm-hmm. They're going to be there this summer. Mm-hmm. So you just go there. If you want a bike, you can call in first to maybe reserve one if you're not sure if there would be one available. So they'll be there. They'll have the bikes there in case the adult wants to, or a taller kid wants to go around the course as well. Always fun. And 10 to 2, it's pretty packed day. Farmers market at the same time, so you can come down for that, do a little shopping, come to this event, put a few bucks in for the barbecue, and help the kids in our community out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm already tired thinking about how you're going to feel at like 2:30 on Saturday.
But it's been so incredible having the Optimist and the Kiwanis work together on this, because the Kiwanis are just like, yeah, we'll do a barbecue. No worries, don't worry about it. Like they do it so often. It's just something they kind of have like a kit for. Yeah. And they just unroll it and it's all there and taken care of. And then the Optimists have really done a lot of legwork for the collection of the bikes. And Kiwanis have stored them at Whispering Pines because they do have like storage facilities there. So, I mean, between the 2 community service groups, like honestly, they've made it so easy for me.
Yeah.
I get to go. I'll probably bring my kid down this year. She's kind of riding a bike. But she'll want to check out the fire truck anyway, so.
Of course. Now, do you know how many bikes they were able to collect?
I think we have somewhere around 60.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was wild. We thought we had a lot last year with about 25 to 30. And then all of a sudden the community was like, no, we got more bikes. Like, what are you going to do with your bike after, right? Maybe it has a flat tire or something like that. Well, Brandon at Scenic Cycle will fix it. Mm-hmm. And then, these kids will get an opportunity to have a bike that's been properly taken care of, properly refurbished. So we're really lucky to have such a great team working on that initiative and the event and stuff like that. So it should be really great coming up on May 25th.
Yeah, so that's been a great way for people even to, as you said, keep these bikes, out of the landfill and, kind of, because I don't know about you, but like when I was growing up, I needed a new bike like every year because 100%. I kept growing, right? So if you've got those bikes that your kids no longer use because they're too big for them now, this was a great way to kind of get them out of your shed, right? Yes. So clear up some space, but then also kind of give them a second life. And, Brandon from Scenic Cycle, as you said, he's been super busy making sure that they're good to go. Yep. And I would imagine obviously helmets are going to be a mandatory item.
Absolutely. So everybody who gets a bike will get a helmet and they will leave and they'll be able to be safe on those bikes.
I get so much anxiety when I'm driving around this town and I see people that don't have a bike helmet on and I'm like, immediately, I think it's because of all of the different bike safety events that I went to growing up with Constable Day.
It was really ingrained. It was like part of it.
Like, you do not get on a bike unless you have a helmet on already. Like, it's, it gives me so much, I get so nervous for people when I see them anywhere without
Just roll down your
helmet.
window, start yelling at them. It's fine. We've hit that age where it's totally acceitable.
It's me just standing on my porch yelling at people.
That's
Put
right,
on
with
a helmet.
A broom and stuff. In a full-length nightgown, lace around the collar.
Cardigan just wrapped around me.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so that's good. I'm glad to hear that they're also going to be getting a helmet with their bike.
Absolutely. And we've called it a wheel and ride because, when we were kids, it was bikes and maybe rollerblades.
The odd skateboard.
The odd skateboard, but far less likely to go to a road safety event.
Right.
But now you can bring that skateboard or those rollerblades or a scooter or your bike, any non-motorized vehicle you can bring and be part of this event.
I yesterday was driving 10th Street West by the Little Caesars and I saw these 2 guys that were on scooters, but they were suitcase scooters. Have you seen this?
No.
So it's a suitcase, like a normal like
Sure.
wheelie suitcase, but it like folds out into a scooter. So then you can like ride the scooter with your suitcase. I'm like, this would be amazing for an airport. I think that's kind of the idea,
yeah, that's the-
right? Is that if you're traveling and you need to get somewhere faster in the airport, you can just pop out the scooter part of your bag and be gone, like just flying
That's fun
down
for the whole
Pearson.
family.
But I was like imagining people that have those bringing them to the wheel and ride.
If they're going to take them on the street, they should know hand signals and they should know street safety.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to say, for the adults who are going to take their kids to this thing too, it's okay if you listen in and be like, okay, how do I make the signal for a
That's
left
right.
turn? How do I do it?
I'm always questioning myself.
I just got a bike a couple of
one of
years
these,
ago
one
and
of
they're all
those.
gone. It's
Is
Yeah.
this one?
Yeah, I think that's one.
This?
you can do that. That's no good. Yeah. And then, of course, the one thing I forgot too, now being an adult and forgetting all the things they taught you in bike safety, is you always have to have a bell as well.
Yep.
So if you're cycling on like a pathway, for example, that's how you let other people know you're coming up behind them because they might have earbuds in. They
the
might.
nice way to do it.
That's a nice way to do it.
We
Yeah.
choose
You're
to
gonna be like,
use our
hey, out of my
voices.
way.
Yeah, or what I've experienced is some people don't do that and then they end up just scaring the crap out of you. You like, because I've just be walking along with my dog and
Yeah.
all of a sudden they come whizzing past me and I'm like, and my dogs for some reason don't like anything with wheels.
Sure.
Bikes, scooters, skateboards, anything, strollers.
I mean, it might be based on your reaction to it.
If it scares mom, we have to destroy
That's
it.
right.
Because they go nuts. So I won't be bringing my dogs down. But if you do have animals that are, friendly, they're probably
Yeah, I mean, the River District as a whole
Yeah.
is pretty pet friendly. You
Yeah.
always ask, of course, the owner of the business before
Yeah.
going in. But yeah, I mean, if your dog is well behaved and okay around a lot of kids, or obviously like any service animal, please feel free to bring it down. And on that note as well, since the event is happening on 8th Street, this is the first time we're getting to shut down that kind of quadrant of space. There are tons of parking lots, all that kind of stuff. Don't worry about it. There's maps, all that kind of stuff on the owensoundriverdistrict.ca website. But that space gives us access to the VR arcade that's there, Wizard's Castle VR arcade, and Daisy's Playhouse is there. There's a couple of cell phone repair shops, also like computer repair shops and stuff. Europa restaurant, Pappy's, Frog Pond, obviously. Like there are so many great businesses along that space that while the parents are there, they can kind of pop in and they can, check it out. A lot of people are having their kids' birthday parties at like a place like Daisy's Playhouse now. And the VR arcade, obviously, like this is the key demo. So I know that they're going to have some stuff going on that day as well.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's happening this Saturday in the River District at the farmers markets.
No, 8th Street.
Oh, excuse me, 8th Street.
Yes.
Beside.
Between like Frog Pond and
Yeah.
CJ's Hair Studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just over. And then, but the farmers market also going to be running at the same time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And plus all of our magical, wonderful businesses will be open as well. So you're already down here. Take a walk around. We're all, hoping that the weather is glorious. It's a great opportunity to check out like the toy store or the beautiful furniture stores or some of the health food stores. It's just a really lovely opportunity as a family to reacquaint yourself with this space.
Right. Right. And then coming up, what's the next thing? The hottest
Street sale. Yeah, roll just like right into that.
Yeah.
On a bike maybe. Hottest street sale is coming up July 13th. Closures are 2nd Ave East from 7th to 11th. The intersections at 10th and 8th are open, but the intersection at 9th will be closed because we're going to have a big stage again, the Summer Folk stage. We're actually working with a lot of community groups right now. For the first year, we're going to have a Touch a Truck event. So it's going to be on the 1000 block, which is from 10th to 11th. So the pub to Metro.
Yep.
We've got a bunch of municipal trucks coming because people always love to see that. I am trying really desperately to get a Zamboni. I don't know. But then
the Bay Shore is right there. They don't have to drive it very
that's
far.
what I keep saying.
Yeah, just take it
I'll
out for
just
a
like
little
drive
spin.
it down the road.
Yeah.
Darn that Viveca, she's stolen a Zamboni again. Anyways, yeah.
A truly Canadian crime.
Right?
And you got
like
to
the
take it through
slowest.
Tim Hortons drive-through too. I
Obviously.
think you're obligated to do that
I think
as a
that's the
Canadian.
law.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll have some farm equipment, fire, EMS. The attack will be maybe at the other end with the police. We're still kind of working out all of those kind
And
of
are they doing their
details.
shot thing they did last
They
year?
did last year. They want to do it again this year. So
Okay.
just hoping to lock them down. Maybe
Right.
we'll use this as some sort of bribery.
Motivation.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Attack.
that will be
Are you
awesome.
listening?
It's from 8 till 3 as it normally is. We're gearing up to have as many vendors as last year. A lot of great new ones out of the city and stuff, which is really, really cool. Some new options to purchase and things like that. And yeah, I mean, that's summer in the city, right? Like, hottest street sale is it. People come to the hottest street sale because
Yeah.
it's a blast for everyone. We've got the community stage coming back as well with the Chamber of Commerce. So you'll get to see your kid do a karate demonstration or your kid dancing and that kind of stuff. So I know that a lot of people really love that as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, as far as becoming a vendor, still some space?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. If you're interested, send an email to riverdistrict@owensound.ca. Head over to our website, owensoundriverdistrict.ca. And it's also on Facebook. I don't know the URL for that specifically, but if you go to our Facebook page at River District OS, you'll be able to see the link to the event and you can follow us there. Updates are there, and you can also reach out with questions and things like that as well. Yeah.
Nice.
In the spirit of cross promotion too, we should probably mention that you have a show here on Rogers TV as well that talks about the River District.
Surprise!
Yeah.
No, My River District. It's been going really great. This was our first season to do it in Rogers Studio. We're wrapping it up for the season now, and it's been awesome. We're in season 3, getting to talk to all the business owners and community groups and the most interesting high school students I have ever met this year. They're just so well adjusted
And motivated.
and motivated and smart. So I'm really holding out that they will save the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Here's
pressure.
hoping. Yeah, we're gonna ruin it. You save it, please.
They're so intimidating, though. I
are.
find myself like scared to talk to some of them because I'm like, I know you're so much smarter than me.
Right, writing books.
Yeah, the pencil project.
Yes, and then OSDSS has a bunch of kids in their leadership class who are helping us at the Wheel and Ride.
Okay.
They're going to kind of be running the police chase thing. It might just be me in the car the entire time being chased. But yes, I'm essentially a child, so it's totally fine. But yeah, so we've gotten to speak to a lot of great people. Got a couple episodes left. Obviously, tune in to Rogers for that. It's also on YouTube under Rogers, and we also post it to our website. So it's a really great way to get to know a little bit more about the River District and the businesses.
It's amazing. Well, thank you so much. Go and tune in and watch the episodes. You'll find them on the Rogers TV website and YouTube. And don't forget to check out the Owen Sound Safety Festival, the Wheel and Ride event this Saturday. It's going to be a great one. Have fun with it.
Hi, I'm David Shearman, host of Politically Speaking. Join me for my next show where my guest will be the mayor of the town of Blue Mountains. Politically Speaking on Rogers TV.
welcome back to Grey County Life. As we get into the summer season, things around the city of Owen Sound are going to be very busy. Lots of signature events are returning. We're going to learn more about them now with Jen Wright from the city of Owen Sound. Hi, Jen. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Very good. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So is this like the last few days where it's not super crazy, you've got some downtime, you can enjoy life before the summer seaon hits, and you just snap into crazy time?
That's funny.
She's like, downtime. What's that?
Wait a minute, what? What am I? Did somebody say that? No. We just got done the Home and Cottage Expo on the weekend. So Monday, Tuesday were takeaway, tear down days, getting things back to where they needed to be. And now I'm just getting kind of ready for summer music events. I've got a few days off at the end of the week and enjoy a long weekend and then right back into things.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the Home and Cottage Expo. So that ran May 11th and 12th at the Bay Shore.
Yep.
How did it go as far as like people attending? Was it what you were hoping for? Was it more than that?
So there wasn't as many people. However, we haven't had it since 2019.
Right.
Right. And we had promoted it all the way across Ontario. We did a big digital campaign. We had billboards, bus shelters, lots of social media. It was just getting people out to actually come to the event seemed to be a bit of a challenge this year.
Okay.
But the vendors that I did speak with, like I tried to go around to every single vendor to have that conversation to say, how are things going today? Kind of what are your conversations you're having with people? And I would say about 90% of them were really happy with the outcome of the weekend, which was good to hear. And it wasn't about the quantity of people, it was about the quality of people.
Right.
And I think that right now, people are just kind of hanging tight with money, with their funds, but they have projects in mind for the future. So they were there making those contacts, which was really great because how often can you get that many people in the doors of your business, right, at one time?
Yeah, and then having the marketplace was a great addition this year as well for those home-based businesses. I'm sure that they appreciated the opportunity to even just spread the word about themselves.
Yep, for sure. Just to have that contact with people, just to know who they are and to think about them when they're looking for something either locally made or, you're thinking about, ordering tarts, or you're thinking about, I've got a nephew who loves the Avengers, and where can I get some locally made products that kind of fit the theme, or birthday parties. And there was a huge array of different marketplace vendors that were in the upper concourse. So yeah.
Perfect.
But I think all in all, it was a success, and we're looking forward to having a debrief with the Knights of Columbus and the Home Builders Association at the end of next week, and we'll go from there. But we have a tentative date of May the 3rd, 4th in 2025, so we look forward to that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. And so what's the first big thing now that the home show is over and done with? What's the first thing you're gearing up for?
So gearing up for both TD Harbor Nights and midweek music. So we did a bit of a shuffle this year with the music at the market. We just weren't getting the attendance at the Owen Sound Farmers Market. The times I think were hard for people to just leave work and come on a Friday from noon till 2. So we've switched it up this year. We're gonna see if this works and see if we can get more people out, because of course it is live, it is live, but it's also free to attend. So it doesn't cost you anything to come out, right? Mm-hmm. So we've rebranded Music at the Market to Midweek Music. We're having Wednesdays through the summer, starting in June the 5th, right through to the end of September, which is not something we would have done with Music at the Market, but we're going once a week. We think we have enough to offer people. You have to be able to go out a few times at least to come and see the musicians. So, and the other thing we're doing is we're moving it around. So we have different venues this year where the music's going to be taking place, and featuring everything from large bands to solos and duos. We've got some players at, so just the locations we're using this year. So City Hall front steps, the Grey Gallery Gardens, which is an awesome spot for like a small venue music event. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of a really intimate setting. The CWHC front decking where TD Harbor Nights takes place. The launch, and we're going to the Manitoba. Now that's the quiz. Do either of you know where the Manitoba is?
The Manitoba.
I know where the province is. I'm not sure where the Manitoba itself is.
I don't know where the Manitoba is.
Oh, so the Manitoba is in behind Mudtown.
See, I was gonna say Mudtown. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I immediately thought Mudtown, but then I was like, I don't know. Okay, so Manitoba.
So the Manitoba, they've built the concrete structure of the Manitoba, and it has all the. You'll see it actually when you come in the harbor of the lights of the sail. So we're gonna have a couple bands on the Manitoba, which we think is pretty cool. So if you want to grab dinner afterwards at Mudtown or one of the the launch or wherever, you'll be able to do that. We're also doing some musicians on the front steps of the Tom. And in front of Bear Birch in their little alcove there in the River District. So moving it around. So, it'll be also, it's not just about coming to sit with your lawn chair to listen to music, but kind of having some feature artists in the River District area when people are out and about shopping as well.
I like it.
Yeah.
That'll be really fun.
I know, I'm excited. A little bit of a change, you're always apprehensive with change and you hope that it works, but I think that people will catch on and, I don't know, just something different. We'll see.
Yeah, and what time will that be then on Wednesdays?
So Wednesdays from 4 till 6.
Oh,
so
see,
every week it's 4 to
nice.
6. So even if you're just getting off work at 4:30, 5 o'clock, you can come.
Yeah.
And still gives you an hour and a half of time before you have to head home, or if you want to grab something and grab and go downtown and come and join us for music. Just have to have a lawn chair in your car and away we go.
Yeah, and that's nice for people that have kids. They can pick them up from school, head over to, wherever the music's being featured for the kids to enjoy it as well, which I think is really nice.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll just kind of highlight. So our first opening act is the Rock the Sound Choir.
Okay.
Have you heard them sing?
I've never heard them sing,
Yeah,
but
they're really
I've
good.
heard of them.
Yeah, so Holly Sled directs them.
Okay.
And then Josh Ritchie.
Love Josh Ritchie.
I know. Paige Warner. She's going to be with her band. Board of Education and Carrie DeMeyer. She's new to town. She actually won an award at the Arts and Culture Awards. Marshall Veroni, Gracie Jett, Ryan Knight, Kaylee Jane Hawkins. I love her curly red hair. Madison Galloway, she often comes up to TD Harbor Nights, so we have her playing at Midweek Music this year. Charlie Gillespie, Midlife Crisis, the Mackenzie Blues Band, Rob Elder Trio, Chris Sherry and John Zaslow, and Susie Vinnick. So we have an action-packed summer from June 5th to September the 25th.
Wow.
I know.
I love it. That sounds super
You
fun.
can bring your dog.
I will bring my
Dogs.
Yes.
Dogs.
Well,
I ended up with dogs. Did you hear that? Did you see my picture on Facebook?
you got another one.
I know. A little yellow lab named Hank.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. He's a Hank, all right. Let me tell you. He's a cutie, though.
Well, you'll have to bring him.
I should bring him. I should have brought him today.
You should have.
What was I
don't
thinking?
know why you didn't.
He would have eaten your shoes, the leg of the table, my shoes, your shirt. Yep.
And he might have accidentally been adopted, too, because we
Yes.
normally do that on this show every week,
I
too.
want that dog. Nah, he's pretty good. He's pretty cute. He sleeps right through the night. He's 11 weeks old, and yeah, but he's a chewer.
Yeah, mine still are. And
Yeah.
mine's 2 years old. My yellow lab is 2, and he still chews. I've had I think I've lost 3 pairs of Birkenstocks.
Yeah,
to
I don't
this
know
dog.
what it is with
it's
shoes
the
and
cork,
socks.
I think. I don't know what it is, but specifically, but I think it has to do with the taste of the
I
cork.
thought it was like the smelly feet thing.
Maybe that too.
Yeah, it could be that.
I was told, or at least my mother convinced me growing up, that the dogs only destroy the things of the people they love the most, because they always destroyed her shoes.
Oh.
So I actually took this shoe out of Lola's mouth this morning, so just saying, loves me the most.
Well, there you go. My older lab, who's turning 8 this year, loves socks. And after you've wore them socks,
Right.
Yeah.
and brings them to bed, and he'll be like missing all the socks in the laundry, and you got to go check the bed because that's where they are.
I have found a few of my socks in the front yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is with that?
Mine
not happy
has-
And
about
you
it.
spend all this money on dog toys, and they go right back to the shoes and the socks.
Yeah.
I know.
The smelliest things you could get.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand it.
We have to keep our shoes up in our house because of also they've destroyed my slippers too. That was something that I didn't think they would be bothered with, and it's just
Do
the
they have
yellow
fur
one.
on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
It's just the yellow one. It's not the chocolate one. He doesn't touch anything. He's an angel.
Yeah,
But
the yellows are. Yeah, it's pretty
a
predictable.
little bit chaotic, but yeah, definitely animals are more than welcome at the midweek music,
And
TD
Harbor Nights. You always
Yes.
bring your dogs. That's awesome.
I usually
right.
bring my dogs down, to enjoy it, and it's good for them because of the crowds that are usually there,
Yep.
so it gets them a little bit more comfortable. But TD Harbor Nights, when's that going to be starting for this
June
year?
2nd.
Oh my
I
God.
know. It's creeping around the corner. It's I don't know. Somebody said to me the day after, like Monday morning after the home show, oh, so like who's the first one up for Harbor Nights? And I'm like, what? You know, so it's just, all of the musicians have been booked for a while, but just getting into the mode now of getting everything out there into the public and making sure people come.
Right, and who is up first for Harbor Nights?
So Harbor Nights first up are the Beckett's. Do not miss the Beckett's. Oh my
Love
God, we
that.
have an amazing lineup this summer at Harbor Nights. So.
Right, and once they're done performing, you could talk to Tyler about your financial,
Exactly.
your financial
I should
dreams
have got
and goals.
him to sponsor his band.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know what I was
Sponsored
thinking.
by, what is it, Whitehead Beckett
Yep.
Financial?
Yeah, that's a good. I'm going to email him after I get back. Hey, Sarah suggested I get you to sponsor.
Sponsor your own night.
Yes. So we have full Sundays until August the 11th, and then the last 2 shows we do a 4 and a 7 p.m. So 12 shows this summer, and exciting, more musicians. It's all free.
I was going to
As Burger Chief and Sunday, so come down and grab some dinner, have some ice cream, enjoy the entertainment, and all of the info is on Owen. Both events are listed there, and you can see all the musicians and what nights they play and what time it starts. So all the info is there. Yeah,
and then
busy.
and then once that ends, then do you take like a month off to just rest, or?
Well, we have Canada Day in there, right?
Oh, that's
so
right.
We're going to talk about that next week. So
Yeah.
Waterfront Festival, we have a 4-day Waterfront Festival that we're planning in the midst of all that. But
Right.
yeah, September and October is kind of, well, the end of September now.
Yeah.
And into October, I'll take some time off.
You just lie down for like a month.
Yeah, but then Hockey Fest comes, and then New Year's Eve, and then it's like, I can't take time off. It's too busy.
But it's also fun. Your job's pretty fun.
It is so fun. Yeah. And you know what? Over the years, the people that I get to meet, it's all worth it. Like, I have met some amazing people who come to watch these music events, have some great conversations, and you know that whole separation that they always say, that the 3 points of a triangle, and I know so-and-so from so-and-so, and like, and you meet all these people, and they know somebody that you know, and just the conversations, and then they come out to another event, and then several of them volunteer for me throughout the year. It's great. I love Owen Sound for that.
Yeah.
It's a really great community for just people. People are just great.
Amazing. Now, yeah, it's totally true. Everybody knows everybody that knows everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, even you and I, like, you know my cousins from Meaford
I know,
and
isn't
from
that crazy?
skating and stuff like that. Like, you knew them for years before you knew me and all that. But speaking of, though, of volunteers, are we still needing volunteers for these events?
So the 2 music events, not really. They're pretty, I handle most of them on my own. The big thing will be the Canada Day long weekend. We are actually, I'm not going to let too much cat out of the bag, but we have a concert happening on the Friday evening, and we'll need volunteers for the gates for that. And Canada Day is super busy as well. So we'll set up, tear down, just being at the gates. We always hand out Canada the flags. So there'll be information available. We'll chat about it when I'm back.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
busy summer. It's all good. And, you know, I know you had Viveca from the River District here before. So, you know, you add up those 2 things, 2 different events coordinators trying to, like, making sure our things don't overlap, but some of the things do overlap, which is great for the community, because then it just adds that much more to do, you know, in a day. And she's got some great events happening for kids too. So I'm excited for the River District and the Wheel and Ride coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's been a very informative show for people that are looking for things to do in Owen Sound this summer, because it's just good to know that there are so many people working behind the scenes to create these events, so the public does have them. Like a lot of communities, either the public doesn't support them, or you don't have the know-how, you don't have the drive to create events, and here we do. So we're really lucky that we have that, and especially lucky that our music scene is so diverse and so talented.
And you know, people don't understand, or they maybe don't realize the cost of doing music events, because you have to pay musicians fairly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So I will give a shout out to all the sponsors who come on board for all of our events during the summer months. We just couldn't do it without them, and it is so important, you know, being a business to make sure you step up to the plate, because you look at Harbor Nights, we get sometimes 400 to 500 people there, and it's great for the community. Where else can you have your name out there? So speaking of that, that's my my segue. And we still have 3 spots at Harbor Nights if any businesses are interested in sponsoring. Yeah.
And that's great. Like 400 or 500 people might be out there on any given night on a beautiful evening in the summer, enjoying music.
And Mark comes out and they tape for Harbor Nights on Sunday nights, so you get your visuals out there, marketing visuals out there as well. And Daryl's always there with a big smile on his face, and
yeah, and Gary Byers.
And Gary Byers, I know. So I love it. And that's the it's great just working with the community.
Yeah,
it's so important.
I love it.
I was going to say too, based on I was just when you read the list of the midweek music performers, there's a lot of names that are going to be quite familiar to people that are from Owen Sound that have probably seen these performers before. But I'm guessing you're starting to get some new people coming in, and because artists talk, you're probably getting some artists from further away that want to come here and do something.
Yeah, we do. We put out a performer request at the beginning of February, and it's kind of open for a month. This year we had about 220 applicants, so
wow.
it's challenging, I know, to try to span it over midweek music, Harbor Nights, and then kind of the Canada Day 4-day piece. And then trying to make sure you also have some family-friendly kids types of performers too in there. But it's great. We get everything from balloon artists to face painters to musicians, because it's kind of a performers, right, that apply. But we have some great musicians on the docket, and some of them are from out of town, and a lot of them are local as well. So yeah.
We've got less than a couple minutes left, Jen. Is there anything else we've missed that we need to talk about before we leave?
I thought I'd do a quick rundown of Harbor Nights where we have the musicians, like who we have. So opening night is the Beckett's. You don't want to miss that one.
That's right.
Then the Scott Harworth Band. He has played at Music at the Market in the past. The Sherry Jackson Music, new. From the Collingwood-Thornbury area. Rob Elder, the O'Deadleys, who everybody absolutely loves, Irish band. Blue Hazel, a new band, they're from Peterborough Way. The Georgian Sound Big Band, we had a lot of call-outs looking for some band type musicians. Virgil Scott, Adam Cousins, bringing back the souvenirs, remembering John Prine. We had a lot of people looking for some John Prine music last summer. The James Brown Band, and David Gallagher. So we have a super, super busy summer.
Amazing.
Of musicians, and I love it.
Amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. owensound.ca is where people can get more details. They can also check out the tourism Facebook page as well. You guys keep that nice and updated.
Yep, we do.
It's going to be a fantastic summer. Thank you so much for joining us, Jen.
No, thanks for having me.
You.
Hi, I'm Viveca Gravel, Community Development Coordinator with the City of Owen Sound and the River District. And welcome to My River District. This is a show where every week we'll be here at Rogers Studios talking to you and talking to local businesses and people in the community about why they, as locals, love it here. They'll also share some stories about their businesses and how they can help you. So meet us here every week, Rogers TV, for the whole season of My River District.
Are you the type who would keep going or stop? It's not easy to stop when you have an addiction. Legalizing cannabis won't stop addiction. It trivializes its consumption. Let's be vigilant. If you need help, visit portage.ca.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. Joining us now, Renee from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter is here, our favorite segment of the show. And Renee has a very special dog today. Who is this?
This is my buddy Pierce. And Pierce has been with us for a few weeks at the shelter because he came to us a little broken. Sorry, buddy. Pierce came to us with wicked ear infections in which the tips of his ears actually turned necrotic and were falling off. Terrible thing to say on air. So he's been with us long enough that we've had some time to get to know him. He's had his vetting done now. He's been neutered. His ears are 98% healed, right? We're getting there. We're almost there. And we've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time. During this time, as you can imagine, we've poked and prodded and pulled, and I mean, it's quite painful to have sore ears if you're a dog or anybody for that matter.
Yeah.
And he has been 1,000%. Every dog that comes into the shelter, you hear me say, oh, this dog is great. Sometimes we mean it more than others, and he is one of those cases. I mean, if I needed a dog, this would be my dog. Oh. Sorry, buddy, I don't need you. Only because I feel he reminds me of my dog in personality, and I can tell you that it's probably the best dog. You're second, okay? Very willing to please, very loyal, very dedicated. He doesn't have a person, but he quickly finds one. As you can see, he's sitting on my foot.
Yeah.
I'm not his only person. If Todd took him out, he'd spend his time bonding with Todd. If you took him out, he'd spend his time sitting with you. He needs a person. He's looking for a person. Really wants a person, and we're hoping to find him one. He is good with dogs. He is good with cats. He's good with children. He loves kisses. He's absolutely incredible with everything. Awesome on a leash, awesome in the car. Pierce and I have had 4 car trips together, haven't we? Because you've been to the vet a couple times. Expensive fella. Yeah. And he's been phenomenal. He just likes to sit and look out the window. To be honest, there's not a lot of energy in this dog. He is a breed of dog known as a blackmouth cur. And our veterinarian, of course, confirmed that for us, which is fantastic because we weren't 100% sure. Mm-hmm. The blackmouth cur is similar in personality to a lab. They are a family dog, loyal dog, super smart, super easy to train, with the exception of a little quieter energy, which kind of might be
kind of nice.
Kind of nice, right? I mean, lab personality without the lab steam. That's your blackmouth cur.
Yeah.
He is 1.5 years, as mentioned, so he's on the later end of his puppy stages, aren't you? Yeah, you are. And you've had your neuter. You have. Sorry about talking about that. So he should settle quite nicely now. I mean, he's already quite settled. I'm not even holding your leash. You're just sitting on my feet looking for love.
Oh my gosh.
We named him Pierce because of his ear piercings. He is learning it. You can change it. We like it. He knows it. Keep it if you want to. Mm-hmm. That was not his original name, was it? No, we don't think it was. Will you like it? Hi again. I see he works for kisses. He is crate trained. We've had to crate him to keep him from shaking his head. And he's quite good at that. So he would really fit absolutely anywhere in any sort of circumstance. You could travel, you could take your house with you if you brought your cage, right? He'll fit just about anywhere. We do notice he likes to chase squirrels. Like if we have to say something bad about you, you chase squirrels. Probably would also chase chippies and small dogs. Yeah. Sorry, buddies, you probably would. Yeah. Because it's fun, right? Not because you want to eat them, just because it's fun, right?
Oh my goodness.
But only for short distances, and then you get tired and sit like this again. A sweet dog.
Yeah, he's so sweet.
The ear infection,
Yep.
Renee, was that, do we know what caused that? Is it something for this breed that's a common thing that people will have to keep in mind, or was it just kind of an isolated incident with this guy?
So there's a few reasons it could have started, and unfortunately without a whole lot of history on him, we can't rule out exactly which one. Number one, of course, is your mites or your parasites. Mm-hmm. He's been treated for that, so that's a no more issue. And as long as you don't get him again, that'll be a no more issue. It could also be from being in the water. These breeds of dogs like to swim. You're a swimmer, and you probably got some water in your ears, which is actually very common in all the floppy-eared dogs, retrievers, labs, and so on.
Yeah, that is a constant issue for my dogs,
Constant
especially
issue.
more so my chocolate lab,
Yeah.
because he loves to swim.
Yep.
And so it feels like at least once a summer I'm
You're
buying
dealing
the
with it.
meds from the
Yep.
vet to treat the ears, because they get all red and inflamed, and they shake their head on
It's the
they're itching, and
yeah, really itchy.
so,
It's
yeah.
basically yeast infections in
Right.
their ear. The easiest way to prevent that, hair scrunchies, to be honest, or without a hair scrunchie, just randomly boop, flip the ears inside out.
Yeah.
What this does is lets the air inside, lets the sunshine in, dries up bacteria, dries up the yeast. Easy solution.
Right.
So after you go for a swim, give the ears a wipe and turn their ears inside out. Now you can see his piercings closely. We've exposed the piercings. Yeah, we have. Hi, we'll flip them back for you.
He's so sweet.
I know we had a little bit of a yeast issue in the ear with Paisley, the golden, who does not like water, but with her we found just changing the food to
Yep.
non-filler,
Yep.
no grain added food really made a difference.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the third way. In saying that that's not the case with him, we know that's not his case because he's just eating whatever gets donated and it's getting better. So that wasn't it. Thank goodness. So probably some ear flips and ear wiping should keep it at bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, he's wonderful, obviously. Yep. And he would be a great addition to pretty much anywhere, as we've seen. But of course, with bringing Pierce into your care, there came a lot of expense.
Yes.
Right? Taking care of the ears, taking care of the spay, all the vetting that had to be done, and so in that case, just a reminder to our wonderful community that if you are in a position to ever make a donation, this is what it goes towards.
Absolutely.
Right? Taking care of sweet, good boys like Pierce.
Yep.
This is where your donations go. So if you're ever thinking that you want to make a financial contribution, know that your money's going to good use.
Absolutely. It is becoming more of a struggle to remain a no-kill shelter, and that's something that we like to mention when these sort of opportunities present. Pierce, for example, has cost us over $800 already. That's not considering his food or any extra things he's received. That's just his vet care, right? Which is fine. Pierce's adoption will be $200. In saying that, I don't want to up the price because I need people to be able to afford to adopt him. Additionally, it doesn't feel right to make him more money than somebody else who maybe didn't cost so much.
You're not in the position to make a profit.
Yeah, no,
we're
definitely not, and it certainly won't cover the costs. And beyond Pierce, there's 10 others.
Yeah.
So it's something to keep in mind. If that money runs out, we got a big problem, and it's certainly we understand the whole world is not all capable of providing, but if you're hosting some sort of event and make some money, think about the shelter.
Absolutely.
Because we do need it, and it's guys like this that are certainly worth saving. I mean, wouldn't it suck to just not be able to help them because we didn't have the money? That'd be devastating.
Right. Well, Pierce is wonderful, and if you're interested in meeting him or helping out the shelter in some way, you could always call them at 519-372-1123 and check out their Facebook page as well as their website. Thank you so much, Renee. It was nice to meet you, Pierce. And thanks for joining us on Grey County Life.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 Taxi Guy.